So I've been promising to do a little bit of a live feed, but I'm having troubles doing live. So I'm going to attempt to make a video and hope that it uploads. But this video is to pretty much give credit to God and let my friends and family know exactly what I'm trying to do. So without further ado, I screwed up. I misplaced my trust in my marriage with God, with my family. I was extremely judgmental to a lot of people, of which I've given my condolences of apologies. And, well, I started off in a situation where, again, I misplaced my trust with my marriage. Sorry, Taylor. Anyways, rabbit trail after rabbit trail, progress was made, and then 2 steps, 3 steps backwards, it seemed. My trailer wanted to fall apart, and when I observed the particle board wheel wells wanting to inundate with rain and moisture, I decided to get that corrected. It took a lot of me to get my mindset right to be able to do that during the intermittent rain. But I got that done, and then I felt like I needed to call Diatley Crushing Services. And afterwards, I called back to Taylor after our last run-in of rabbit trails, and I told her I had an interview. So the mission was officially started to get the ball going on getting to Idaho. And from there, I said my goodbyes to my buddy Kenny. Nice regards to him and his family. And right away, upon starting travel, I don't typically listen to Christian radio of much of any sort, but I was flipping between 2 channels that were of that demeanor and that manner, and right away, I was given a very powerful and strong sign from the radio, and the message was to begin again. Well, shoot, that's exactly what I'm doing, isn't it? Trying to reposition my life and reposition my family eventually, leaving everything I know and everyone I love to go out on my own for my very first time, to live out of state for my first time on my own. The next message was to confess, and I observed in my travels that I had a pretty obscure view on what it was to confess. And I learned that I need to focus on my confession up here to here, not there to here, because there to here is inundated with the means to please people, and that's not my mission. That's not what I want to do. Not to gain favor of people. If that comes along the way, then great. But my mission is and has been to develop my relationship with God. Afterwards, the message was to give yourself. And I understand now what that kind of means, to be selfless, to be sacrificial. And the next message kind of goes with the next, to give up childish ways, for you cannot be a man if you are stuck in your childish ways, which I very much was, and am still battling. But as I follow my faith, I find it easier to keep my head on straight. Praise God. That day was January 10th, when I made all that decision making to officially start my journey, which the Catholic channel I happen to be on, I'm not a Catholic, but I happen to be on that channel, said that January 10th is the day that they celebrate Christ's baptism. Go figure. I may not be dunking myself in water, but I am washing myself in my faith and in my just absolute disregard for anything and everything I know to better myself in His name. That being said, I barely got to Troutdale, Oregon before I started bawling. I had to pull over. I happened to find a cheaper gas station than the previous dozen gas stations I had seen. Before I did anything, I called my wife, bawling. And she too was having trouble with her trust and faith. But that call helped confirm what we were going through as I spoke what I just spoke about to her. So that was very touching. That was definitely a sign that I was doing the right thing at the right time for the sake of both of us, for the sake of our souls. With that said, that concludes part 1.